So I've been thinking a lot lately about mentorship as a concept. I've been a professional full-time music maker for a few years now. As I progress and as I get further in my career, I'm realizing like there are these other elements of mentorship that aren't the thing that we're seeking when we're seeking a mentor, but like way more important and way more helpful. And also like you can get these from people who like maybe wouldn't consider themselves your mentor, but just somebody you look up to. If you're new here, I'm Dr. Norris. I am a composer for film, TV, concerts, musicals, everything in between. I did Bondi for Netflix. I did Lady in the Lake for Apple TV. I recently wrote for a 100-piece orchestra for Lollapalooza. I've worked with Beyonce and Andra Day and Chloe and Halle and I don't know, a lot of things. I just say that so that if you're new here, you know, I at least know somewhat of what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, and I got a PhD from UCLA over there. Boom. So I don't currently have mentors. My mentors, these three guys right here who are no longer with us. But something that I have been thinking a lot about lately is that like we seek out mentors because we want advice, because we want perspective, because they have navigated things that we are navigating now and they've come out on the other side successful. That's super obvious and can be very, very helpful and can be even just be reassuring. Like at the end of the day, if you're going to be great, you got to make your own decisions. But that reassurance can be so affirming and like really take a lot of pressure off of you. So I totally get that. But an element of mentorship that I think is really, really undervalued is like seeing the gap in ability between a mentor and yourself. Showing you how high the ceiling is, showing you what a professional looks like. And I think this is slept on. I live and work in Los Angeles, which is like the head of entertainment business. That's why I came here, because this is like, you know, the top of the top. But sometimes I work in smaller markets, and something that I've seen in smaller markets is that like a lot of times people don't realize that like it's not that you're not at the highest level of ability, but it's that you don't know that you're not at the highest level of ability. And the attitudes can be so big and the egos can like sometimes trip people up. In and of itself, is it like a deal breaker that you need more rehearsal time than people somewhere else might? No. But you're late to rehearsal because, you know, you're this, you're that. And it's like, And I think part of what a good mentor does is shows you that like, hey, I'm way better than you. Like way better. You know, and like not they don't say that. And, you know, I'm not arguing like a lot of people will argue for that, like, oh, my mentors were mean. And so, you know, we should be mean to the young guys. I don't do that. Like I did have like some mentors that were like, you know, just how those old grumpy jazz guys were. And I don't continue that tradition with my people at all. But I think that showing you the gap in ability in both like actual musicianship, actual like music making abilities, the technical craft of the thing, but also the professionalism. Like at UCLA, of course, I learned little things here and there, but I will say like really the biggest thing I learned was like, how do these people talk to people? Like how are they navigating these situations? It wasn't things that they taught me or like, you know, in a classroom at all. It was just like, how does this system work? How do these people operate? What does somebody who is a professional who has performed around the world, you know, how are they moving? And I think that is really lost on a lot of people. And it's something that I think mentorship should contain. I don't really have mentors in a traditional sense right now, like people I can talk to about stuff, but I am doing a lot of score study and it kind of feels like this in a lot of ways. Like I mentioned that I just finished this piece for a 100-piece orchestra for Lollapalooza and I'm feeling really good about it. Like it is so good. Like I don't know nobody personally that's writing stuff like this. Like I'm super excited about it, but afterwards, I'm like doing some score study for like John Williams and like the music he wrote for Jurassic Park. I'm like, I'm not quite there yet. You know, it's like, it's going to come as a shock to nobody watching this, but John Williams still got me. You know what I mean? But that's good to know, because it's like, this is where I need to get to. You have to develop this mindset too, because like how you react to that gap in ability also is going to define your career as well. Like, I grew up in a town, you know, a small town, and we didn't, you know, like I said, we didn't have any opportunity. So when I moved to Chicago, when I was like, like 19 or so, it's like, this was the first time I had ever really been around people who were like much better than me at the time. You know, I got y'all now. But like at the time, it was like, this was like, these people were much better than me. I'll even shout out, like, I remember my boy T.L. Williams, man, amazing musician, amazing person. If you don't know him, look him up. But T.L. Williams, I remember I was in studio session. I worked at Donda's house at the time. This is before all the stuff. And we was producing the sessions. I was running the engineering, but I was like, yeah, I'm gonna bring some beats. And I remember TL, he played his beats first and stuff, and it was so good. And like, they were way better than the beats I had, my small town beats. and so he played his, we were all rocking. I'm like, this is cold. And then they was like, all right, Marcus, man, you wanna put up some of your beats? I started patting my pockets. I was like, oh, I left the flash drive at the house, man. I definitely tucked my beats that day, but that made me better though, because I was like, I went home and was like, dang, dog. I'm like, all right, well, but that's the bar. And then the next time I came and I played some stuff, what I mean? I say now, it's hip hop. We can talk like this. I'm smoking TL now, bro. TL don't want it with me. All right, love you, bro. Anyway, but it's like, but that helped me to grow. I realized, I thought this was the ceiling, and it's not. This is the ceiling. And that is an important part of mentorship. And the good thing about it is, like, someone doesn't even have to like literally like think of themselves as your mentor, or like, it doesn't require any time commitment from them to grow in this way. Let me know what y'all think. Do you have mentors? Do you have mentees? Are you flexing on your mentees? I'm thinking like, man, I need to really just start like dunking on my mentees. Joking. Let me know what you guys think. All right, I'll see you in the next one.